Oh, this is so fun. I am so excited to try to do this. Oh, my light is so bright.
That's okay. I know. I feel the same way. I've
If
got
I,
bright lights. It's because it's
no, so
already
you can't
dark
see me
out.
if I turn
Yep.
it off.
No, don't
Okay,
do
we're
that.
leaving the light on. We'll be as bright and shiny as I can possibly be, but that's all
Yeah.
right. So welcome everybody. We're so glad that you're able to join us today. We are doing, all right, here we go. Oop, I got to turn that off. We're going to do some planning today. Yes. What we wanted to do was, just open it up to our members, the folks that joined us, and let us know what you're looking to do. So the first thing we thought we would do is plan our coffee chats, right, April?
Yes.
We do this together, right?
Yes. Yeah, I was just going to say, if you haven't been to a coffee chat, hopefully you can join us. We do them every other week on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific. We're trying to post that link on Facebook, on YouTube. There's just, not YouTube, but Meetup, where Cindy and I started with all of our groups. So yes, we've done all kinds of topics over the last, it's almost 2 years now. We've been doing those.
I think it has been 2 years. I mean, we've been doing Meetup forever. I don't even want to think about how many years we've been doing that, where we've met folks in person. And then of course the pandemic hit, and then we started doing things online. We originally started with YouTube Live, and then that became less of interactive. So we evolved into the Saturday morning coffee chats, which is perfect. We will continue to do them online. Pandemic be damned. We are going to continue to do it because we get people from Spain and England and Russia and Africa. And it's fantastic to be able to, interact with people around the world, right?
And get
on a Saturday morning
and get inspired. I mean, we've heard so many amazing stories. We've learned about new tips and travel gadgets and souvenirs, and it's been amazing.
Absolutely. And so this is the first time we've done it via YouTube Live in this way, where we're asking folks to plan with us. So we're going to April and I are going to talk a little bit. And if you have ideas as we're talking, just drop them in the chat. I see Marla's asking if she should be on Zoom, and no, we're just going to do it this way. We're a little, otherwise we can't interact the same way. So let's just try this for a while, right? We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes, right?
So we want to start with planning the topics for the coffee chats, and then we'll step into talking about other events that people want to do, maybe some trips that people want to plan. So April and I have an idea of what people are looking for, but we do this work about a couple times a year to figure out what the coffee chat topics are going to be for the next coming months, so we can post them for you. Let's see. Let's talk a little bit about what we've already done, April. Like what, oh
my God,
how fantastic the previous ones have been, right?
Yeah, we've done like movies and books is always popular.
Very popular.
We do a lot with food. People like to share their favorite places to eat.
We do travel gadgets, like what's your favorite travel item to travel with?
I think that's the one that's coming up this week, isn't it? Travel gadgets.
We just did. I think this coming May. Oh, maybe you're right. I'll have to go
I
look.
think this one is here. I had it on my screen a second ago.
It is. The 19th is travel gadgets. Fantastic.
Travel gadgets. So bring your tips and travel gadgets.
And I learn something new every time. When we do this travel tools and gadgets session, it's just everybody goes around the room and talks about the one thing or the 2 or 3 things that they always take on their trip. And I mean, I feel that I'm a really experienced traveler and a very good packer, but every time I'm like, ooh, that's a good idea. So,
yeah, exactly.
Right. So we've repeated that a few times. And then I know the next one we have planned for March is animal stories. I think we've only done this one once, but it's fun to hear about the animal encounters that people have had. Everything from, I think there was a story of an alpaca stealing something out of Sheila's backpack at one point. We've had
it was to Japan or something chewed out her map at a park or something. We've had all kinds of stories.
And people have, just had either planned or haphazard encounters with animals, which is fantastic. That's one of the things we like to do. And then I think the last one we have planned for March is culinary travel, which is food, which is something we've done.
We've done recipe exchanges.
Yes.
We did, I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. We've shared, like, we've singled out things like camping trips or train travel or, first time flying. So we've shared a lot of different types of travels too.
Yeah. I'm seeing people comment, and welcome everybody who's joining. And Nancy, if we've done tech tips on phones, SIM cards, GPS, we haven't done that in a while. I think we did a meetup or an event at one point, long time ago on that.
Maybe we should drop that on. I don't know if your whiteboard's working. I can just I'll drop that one as a topic. We have, because we have 7 dates we need to fill. We want to schedule out April, May, and June by the time we're done with this call tonight.
Yes.
Because otherwise Cindy and I do this anyway. So we'd really like your input. So I'm jotting. That's a good one, Nancy. Thank you.
It is a really good one. And we might even want to break it up, because I think we could do a whole session on what do you do about like communication, not just your phone, but how do you communicate back home? There's all kinds of challenges that people have with, like, do I get the Wi-Fi package on the cruise? So we love to hear everybody's input on that. And then maybe just talk about gadgets and GPS and mapping, because that's another whole other topic. And that stuff, both of those, we should probably get on our list like once a year.
Oops.
Sorry.
That's all right. I was just gonna say you're having a few challenges. That's
what happened is my cat is under my
oh no.
She's underneath, and she likes to she hits the little button on the power strip. I don't know how she manages to get her little tiny paw.
Oh my gosh. All right.
I don't know how she does that, but she's.
Well, now you're going to have to kind of push her like, no, not the power strip. Stay away.
She did it to me a few weeks ago on another call, and I was like, I'm going to have to tape it open, tape it. Yeah. So I do need to get down on my hands and knees.
Or maybe put like a plastic clear cup or something over it. Yeah.
Yep. That's what she's doing.
Yeah. Okay.
It's too funny.
All right. What other ideas should we have? We've done stories in the past, different stories. Some people like to share.
I would like to maybe I was looking at our list that we've done, like past before we came on. And one of the topics we had was your first flight.
Yes. Yeah.
And maybe we could just tell us your first.
Yeah, the first of anything.
Anything. Let's talk about the first time you traveled solo, the first time you went abroad, let's just, because that.
Yeah, I'm just putting down the words your first time blank. Because we need, like I said, we need 7 to 10 good topics, and then maybe we can get some votes on those. We could also talk about, I think we talked about the time you got lost, or
getting lost is a good
lost, or you lost your, again, it kind of ties into like, what if you lose your phone, your passport, something, something important, or even just get lost, lose your way, you get separated from your group, or you're taking a trail.
Now you're making me like broaden it, like, because the first flight, changing it into, like your first, maybe we can broaden it into like.
That's why I was thinking making it broader.
Mistakes, or I don't want to use that negative word, but like things that happened by accident, good or bad, right? Whether it was, I know we've talked to somebody who broke a limb, like broke an arm or something on a trip. I know I've heard of that.
Oh no, that's true.
I think that was somebody we interviewed a few last year.
I just put in the word lost or accidents. I don't know. We try to keep these all positive, but hey, it is good to get tips from others. I know when we interviewed Jesse about the passport thing, oh my gosh, it makes you really think about some of those things, like paying attention to the dates on your passport and what's a backup plan. I know you had that happen to you too, and you got to have a backup plan, or what would happen if you lost your passport.
And part of the reason we do the coffee chat is, like we've said, is, we get to interact with people about travel, right? We want to travel all the time and can't.
Yes.
So this is an excuse to talk about travel with other people that love it. And we're just looking for stories where we can kind of stimulate the conversation. And we're not just talking about places we want to dream to go. That's a good topic too. But
right. Yeah.
But just talking about the stories, the things that have happened.
Yeah. I know part of the reason we like to do the coffee chats too is because we get to meet new people.
Right.
Which during this past thing, everything that was happening, you felt really isolated.
Right.
And you didn't get a chance to meet new people. And it's always interesting to share your travel stories, because I know many of us bump into this, like, your family member, maybe your best friends that aren't able. There's always reasons why they can't travel or don't feel they have them, whatever their reason is, they don't want to hear. Then sometimes it comes off as they think it's bragging, but it's not bragging. We just love we love the experiences. So it's nice to connect with others, maybe meet friends. I know with Meetup, that's the best part. We've met people we've gone on day trips with, or we went to so many things in LA, places I might not have ever gone, like the fashion, what was that fashion place?
The Fashion Institute. Yeah, which was amazing. I would never have gone either. I think it was Megan who suggested that to us, and it was a fantastic day trip.
Yeah, it was.
I wasn't even aware that they had a museum there.
Right, and that we could go to.
Yeah, and so finding that out was fantastic. Which brings me to, as you were talking, I was like, "Ooh, I got a topic." I'm turning this off, but there we go. What about your favorite places in your hometown to share with people?
Okay, I like that one.
That one I love. To give you an excuse to go to some place that maybe you've not thought of, or make you think about your hometown in a different way. I mean, I live in Los Angeles, and you're in or near Vegas there, April. So we have some interesting things, but because we live here, we know something other people wouldn't think of to do.
Right. And sometimes, like when we talk to the woman that wrote the book about Galveston, it opens your eyes. I mean, you think, like, I don't know, it's a place on the map. You might, maybe you do need a place just to go for a weekend that you would have never thought, like,
I would never have thought of
Galveston. I never would have picked Galveston. And now it's on my list of like a weekend getaway.
Yeah, because it sounds amazing. There's history there, and it's sort of tropical because it's an island. And and who knew that was like in Texas, Texas is huge, so getting there is a little bit. But that's a wonderful place to go. So let's talk about. So now we have 3. We have the
tech tips, your first time. Favorite. We actually have 4 if we do something with the getting lost, accident.
Okay.
Or Nancy worded it as things that went wrong, but maybe we can word it into something that's spin it. Yes. People aren't like, oh no, I don't want to. Trying to think of some other topics or ways for people to.
I'm going to go look at our old list of things, and and I'm just going to read some of these off that we did before, so folks can hear them. And if we say something and you say, "Hey, let's do that," here's what we called it. We've done it before. Travel surprises. That's what we call it.
Oh, on the travel surprises.
Yes, I'm looking at it. We've done it, but it was back in like 2020.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a while. So.
And we've done unique, like less touristy places to travel.
Right.
Of course, the books.
Right.
Culinary travel, bucket list trips. Cultural skills exchange. So things like if you've ever gone any place to learn to like make cheese or pottery or learn to sail or
paint or whatever. Right.
We've done that topic. We've done a number of times where we do travel show and tell. And usually travel show and tell turns into folks sharing their things that they brought back, right? Their souvenirs or things that they found. We've done fictional travel. That got kind of interesting. Where they wanted to travel that didn't exist.
Right.
Recipe exchange. We did time travel, talking about traveling to a different era and a different place. That also was fun, and it sounded, interesting to hear all these places.
Marla dropped in a comment. She's like, how about particular interests people have? For example, music. And I do think we did one on music once. It's been a long time.
Yeah, but that's
a good topic. Theme parks. And she's right. We could do like the beach. Festivals sometimes is a good one because there's a lot of fabulous festivals, and I know I'm not aware of a lot of them.
Yes.
And sometimes if there's a really big one, like say the Albuquerque Balloon Fest, you can oftentimes find a smaller one if you prefer to do something a little not so a major grand, or be in that. Depends what you're, how big of a festival you want, but those might be good topics. Music, festivals,
theme parks,
right.
I know we talked on our podcast when we were speaking of like theme parks and stuff like that. We talked about like self-contained destinations.
Oh yeah.
Right. We talked a little bit about that. And when I think about theme parks, I think that that's kind of what that is, right? It's like you can go to a place and all the things you want are in that same space, right? You can, you get your lunch and dinner and everything is kind of in the same bucket. But theme parks would be one of those, but resorts, like all-encompassing resorts as well as cruises would classify as that. So we could talk.
You're right. Maybe the topic then I should rewrite it could be self-contained travel, because then because I'm sure people have some.
We've done traveling for the food, money saving tips. We've talked about that, which I think that's a good topic. I like that.
Yeah, money saving tips is always a good one. And we always would like to learn how to have a fabulous experience, and if we could save a little money somehow.
Yeah, and I always, again, just like the packing one, when we talk about things that people bring or whatever. Again, I think I'm pretty frugal. You too. I've talked a lot about the things that we do to make, while we're on the experience, economical. But I always learn something when we have that topic. I was like, oh, I should do that. Or I find out a resource that I didn't realize was out there.
And there's always new websites or apps or ways, places to go to get that information that are cropping up, that it's hard to find that information all the time, since we have lots of things we're reading and looking at.
And we did best or worst airport experience. We had that topic. We did disappearing and changing places, which I really like that topic.
Ooh, that was interesting. Yeah.
Right. Just talking about places and maybe because we did, again, on the podcast too, we talked about this as well. We talked about repeating spaces.
Right.
And when I think about changing places, like that's one of the reasons that you would want to go back to the same location over and over, is because you would see it change and evolve over the years. Right,
exactly. Right.
So that might be interesting.
That might be a good topic. Yeah. What else? I think
traveling for the seasons. We've done that. Time travel. I think I've covered all the ones we've done in the last year. Bucket list travel. Those are always good.
Right. But I think it's a common one, and sometimes.
And I'm just going to look at what we've done in this year. So January, we did wish list travel, show and tell, movies and books. And then we're doing travel gadgets next week, or this weekend.
This Saturday. Yeah.
This Saturday. And then the next 2 weeks away, we're doing animal stories, culinary travel. Okay. So,
all right. So
how many do we have? 11 or 7?
I think we probably easily got 7 here. So if you want to jot down somewhere.
Let's just read them off. How many do we have?
Okay. I've got tech tips. Because that was brought up. Your first time.
Okay.
Which I think we brought up, but people, I don't see anyone that says didn't like it. Travel surprises, which included the getting lost or accident piece.
Right.
So that's where we at 3.
Yeah.
Hometown places.
4.
That's 4. We have the festivals. I saw a couple of people like that topic. Self-contained travel. Is that 6? Money saving tips. There's 7.
Okay, we got 7. All right. So I'm going to get my little whiteboard out, and I'm going to write them down. So which one should we do? April 2nd. Give me, and I'm just going to write we may change the titles, folks, because we try to get clever with them.
Right. But we'll have to.
So April 2nd, we're doing culinary travel, the last one on March 19th. So I'd like to make them a little different. Maybe we should do the travel surprises. So it's a little.
Yeah, we could do travel surprises.
All right, I'm going to write that one down.
And then maybe the tech tips, because we haven't done that for a long time.
Tech tips, got it.
Okay, and then maybe your first time blank, because then that's completely different. It's not so nuts and bolts, because I know sometimes just to
give me a second because I have to erase.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's not your fault. It's like I'm erasing.
And Marla commented, I was thinking of finding people who are interested in doing certain things while traveling. For instance, I would love to explore Japan. Oh, you need to go to our YouTube channel and hook up with Sheila, because Sheila does some amazing trips to Japan. And you would also like to visit various theme parks. So you might want to connect with Sheila, and you can find her information on our YouTube channel. I know we interviewed Sheila, I believe, about Japan.
Let's finish this and then I'll message. We can go on the channel and find that information.
Right, we can just drop it in the chat. Yep.
Okay, so travel surprises, tech tips. Keep going. What's after that?
Your first time, blank.
First time. Okay.
And then
got it.
Maybe after that one, do the money saving tips.
Okay.
And then maybe do festivals. That would be fun, kind of mixing up the fun with the serious.
Yep.
And then did you do the travel surprises yet? Which you can put.
Yeah, we got that.
Okay. Self-contained travel. Is that the last one? Did I name all 7?
I need one more.
Oh, it was hometown places. Hometown places. Did we get them all?
Yes, now we've got them all. So see if my handwriting is not the best, but I'm going to see if you can see it because we have this. Nope, it's not going to show it to you, is it?
Oh, it's not. But you've got the dates, and we'll post these on Meetup, and they'll be in the Facebook group too.
All right. I have to get rid of my virtual background, and if I tilt we can probably do that. But anyway, let's see. Video virtual background. Okay, so if I get rid of that, then I can share it.
Yeah, that's all right. And we will post all these dates. They'll get written up. We always do a nice little write-up. And when we do the coffee chat, we are all on Zoom, so everyone can see each other. And
and we can all talk.
And we all talk together, and you get to introduce yourself and tell us where you're joining from. So it's a lot more interactive than this. So I do apologize. We're learning this YouTube thing here.
Yeah, well, and this just lets us kind of interact with you. Yes, Marla, Sheila Stone, that's who you went. And she does tours to Japan, but not theme parks. Yeah. And I don't know that we do. Theme parks is an interesting thing. So we'll have to think about where the theme parks is. There's the big ones, but
well, the theme parks too would fall under that self-contained travel topic that we just talked about. And I'm sure we've got people that are joining. In fact, we did have a woman join from Japan on one of those coffee chat calls.
We did.
We may be able to reach out to her and have her join the call that day if it works out for her time difference. And she could share in real time, because she would know. She's the person to ask. Let's see. Ashley, I went to India during the Pushkar Camel Festival. Wow, that sounds amazing. Yeah. You got to come to these chats, everyone, and share all these fabulous ideas. And Kathy, I always share when I have these discussions, great places to photograph. So of course, those always come up and you have great places to photograph down there in San Diego, Kathy. So thank you for popping that in the chat. So it is 6:24. So we got 6 minutes. So maybe we should really briefly, I know Cindy and I were chatting before we went live. We want you guys' input on, are there day trips you want to take? Is anyone interested in a camping getaway that you would want to join, or a week-long trip? If you want to jot some of those ideas, I know Cindy's putting together, she did a wonderful camping trip. It's probably been a few years to was it Napa or Sonoma?
Napa. We did it in Napa, and I'm doing it again this year. I think it's April, but I'll have to double check the dates. It's just a long weekend. We do wine tasting and we sleep under the stars in tents, and it's lots of fun. And then I'm doing another one up near Solvang. Nice. That one will be Camping 101. I've done that before as well for people who've not camped before but would like to experiment with it. I have most of the supplies. You would need a sleeping bag and most of the, just your hiking boots and that sort of thing. I have enough tents and so forth.
That's so awesome that you have enough tents, and you're going to show people how to set it up. Because I'll be honest, I wouldn't be able to set up a tent anymore for the life of me. So
I have some big tents, and so we set it up as a group, but we talk about how tents, and I bring a smaller tent and show how that one is set up. And then I'm able to get a number of people in a big tent. And I have a couple of those. And then we go for a hike. We do some things in the local area. We cook outside. We talk about fire safety. We talk about, how to book your camping site. Cause we're booking at state or, regular campgrounds. So we're not free camping, if you will. But just, if it's like car camping, we drive up there and at camp. There's a lot of great places to do that. And then I know you have their Charleston trip coming up, right?
Planning to go to Charleston in springtime to experience all the plantations. And if people want, I've got it set up, they can choose an option to go out photographing with me. And if that means photographing with your cell phone, that's fabulous, because half the time your cell phone is going to get just as an amazing picture. Right. And I've got an artist coming. So if you're new to painting, and I'm hoping to grab someone that wants to do some writing, to be in some of these plantations or beautiful spaces is a great way to get creative and just be around other creatives and just try stuff. So got Charleston, going to Virginia for the gardens, New England in the fall. I've got something, hoping to go back to Montana for the ghost town. So lots of stuff. It looks like Ashley wants to go on the Rocky Mountaineer to Canada. So I think that's a train journey. That sounds fabulous.
Ooh, that's right up my alley. I love trains. So let me go see if we can put that together. That sounds fun. Marla wants to go too. Okay, guys, let's see if I can make it happen.
Yeah, exactly. Some train journeys would be fabulous. Canyon de Chelly National Monument. I'd have to kind of trying to remember where that is. I think it's in the Southwest. I know last year I did do a Route 60. Well, it's been a couple of years, Route 66. So there might be something down there in Arizona or New Mexico. There's a lot of great places. So great ideas, you guys.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
And we're always inviting new people to our groups that offer. I know Lisa's doing her Tuscany Escape.
I need to go to Tuscany every time we talk to her.
I know.
I just want to go.
I know, especially since she knows all the little locals, and you're going to eat local and meet the winemaker. And it just sounds, and it's walking. I know she talks about taking people out just walking, and I think that's just for everyone. It doesn't sound like super difficult and.
No, it doesn't. And I love the eating close to, close to home. And it sounds like it's hi, Joel. So good to see you.
Yeah, Joel's from Australia. So
yay, we get them from all over. It's the funnest part about the coffee chats on Saturday. I just love that we get people from all over the world and hearing different people's view of travel, right? Because some people are, taking like just that 1 week vacation and they need to, make it contained, or, they really want to see some sights, and other folks are a little more free about where they go. And we just learn so much about what travel means to people and how they do it, how often they go, where they want to go. Yeah, it's so much fun. Oh, Lake Powell. Okay, love it. National park, but not too much hiking. I'm getting that. Not too much hiking.
Yeah, this group, I don't think there's any hardcore hikers that I know about.
I don't do hardcore hiking on groups at all because I don't feel equipped to do that. I would need to take someone along to to do something too difficult. But I've definitely done a lot of hiking. Oh, Ashley, me too. Uganda gorilla trekking, amazing. Want to do that. Yeah, that you need to come and talk to us about that at Animal Stories.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Which is March 5th at that coffee chat, right? That's when we're talking. Yeah, March 5th, Animal Stories. Please join us. Yeah, and there's so many places to go. So
yeah, there's so many places to go, and that's why I keep looking at. There's so many new places I want to go and scout and check out. So exactly. But yeah, I don't do any hardcore hiking either. A good hour at the max, or if it's a mile to a waterfall, or you can take your time taking all the, upstate New York is beautiful. I'd like to go back and take people, because if you love waterfalls, it's just so amazing there.
Yeah. They as we're talking hiking, we did a camping trip a few years ago to Zion, which is a beautiful park to go see. And we did some hiking. There was a couple of afternoons that it was mostly, I think it was all ladies. We all went. It was just women. It wasn't intended to be that way. But we did a pretty big hike one afternoon. But for the most part, those hikes are really easy. And Zion, like a lot of the national parks now, has those lovely shuttles, right? So we're able to just kind of walk out from our campground and hop on a bus, and it takes us up, and then we walk in, an hour, and then walk out and go get lunch.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, yeah. And you got to go back to Iceland. I see Joel is talking about Alaska. I would love to go back to Alaska and talking about changing places. Denali National Park. Last year, they had a major slide because with the permafrost melting, the road was shifting 10 inches, I think, every other day. So they literally kept replowing the road to get people past a section that's called polychrome, which looks literally like different colors of sand. So that park, I read again, they're going to have to figure out a way, build a bridge, do something. So
all changing.
Yeah, it's all changing, but I would definitely go back to Alaska for the Northern Lights. And I know Iceland gets the Northern Lights and it's just stunning scenery. And Cindy did take a group there. So
I did. And I do want to go back to Iceland and we did the ring road all the way around Iceland, and so now I really know where I want to go. I don't want to say I know all the best places, but I know the pockets that I really, really enjoyed. And there's just so much stunning landscape to see, and it's so diverse. I was so surprised. You would just think it's all just ice, but I mean it's mostly ice, but it looks different. It's like black sand and ice, and then there's the glacier, there's a glacier lake and glacier like ice caves. It was amazing, absolutely fantastic. So if you haven't been to Iceland, take a trip there. And I know I've mentioned this before on other things. Iceland is considered the safest country in the world. It's been voted that like 12 years in a row. So if you want to go solo, Iceland is like your number one choice to pick. I would absolutely pick Iceland to go out there, and you'll feel very safe and comfortable navigating. So we have gone to 6:32 because we can talk about travel forever.
Right.
But let's do this again. I think we said we would do this. I don't know if we want to do this every other week or once a week, but we'll definitely be doing this in the next couple of weeks. Another Wednesday night, just like this. And we'll just keep talking about ideas. Maybe next time we'll talk about some day trips we could take here locally.
Right. Right. Exactly. So
yay,
thanks everyone
Kathy's
for
going to go to
joining
Iceland.
us. And join us on Saturday for our coffee chat. You're all welcome to come. We'll post that link on our Facebook groups, or you can reach out to Cindy or myself and we can directly email you that link if you're not on Meetup or Facebook. I know it's so confusing. There's so many places that we're trying to attract and be that it's like overwhelming. So
so we'll hopefully see all of you folks on our next coffee chat and next time we do this as well. So thank you all for joining us.
Take care, everyone.
Have a